All right, y'all. Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I'm actually low-key nervous, but we're just gonna get into it. I'm gonna teach you what I know. This is one of my favorite songs by one of my favorite artists, Mr. Robert Glasper. Shout out to him. Thank you so much for writing such an amazing song. This expanded my playing ability a whole lot, and I come from church, so being able to do something that wasn't as churchy and kind of put my own feel to it, that was something that was really important to me, and it helped me to develop as a musician. And I'm still growing. I'm not claiming to have arrived already or I got it all together, but what I do have, I want to be able to share with other people that might be trying to achieve some of the same things that I have achieved. So this is the song that I played at the end of my senior recital at Clark Atlanta University. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. So I'm actually not going to start at the beginning. I'm going to start at the solo section, if you will. The chords that are kind of repeated over and over again that he solos over. So this is more for intermediate players and students. If you don't know any theory at all, this might be a little bit difficult, but I'll try to break it down as best as I can. So the first chord is a E minor 7 chord. All right, so I'll play the whole thing how it goes until it goes like this. All right, so that's the basic chord structure that's going to repeat over and over and over again when you're taking your solo, and after you've played the main line or the main beginning head, that's what you're going to be doing over and over again. So we got an E minor 7 chord. Millions of ways you can voice it. It's not one way to play this song. Let me tell you that now. So don't get locked into thinking that you can only do it one type of way. You can do it many different ways, but I'll show you a few different ones. So I think this is the most basic voicing. You got E, B, D, F sharp, G, and B. So, all right. You can also invert this chord. So playing it like this. And I like to add my thumb right here. You can do it like that too. Or you can invert it again and do it like this. I like to hit the G and the A with my thumb at the same time. B, D, and F sharp. But those are all the same chord. So I just gave you 3 ways to play it. Here, here, here. All right, so that's your first chord. Then you have an A over F sharp. That's one way to voice it, or you can do it like this. So you got F, E, A, C sharp, or you can do F, E, A, C sharp, E, or you can add the C sharp in your left hand. It really doesn't matter as long as you're hitting all the right notes or hitting every note in the chord. You can play them in your right hand, your left hand, whatever. The options are endless, and I think that's why jazz is so cool. It's not one way to get everywhere. You can do a lot of different things. All right, so we got E minor 7, A over F sharp, G minor 7. All right, we got a G, D, F, A, B flat, D. And like I did with that E minor 7, you can do the same thing with this G minor 7. Okay, a lot of different options here. See that stretch? If you can stretch that G to B flat, you can do that as well. A lot of different options here. So from the top we got, all right, then we have a C over A, but I like to leave the E out of there. So usually it'll be a A, G, C, E, but I like to leave the E out of it sometimes. So it'll just look like this. Sometimes you put the E in the left hand too if you want. But you're getting the same chord either way. All right? So E, F sharp, G, A. And then the final chord that we have is C over B flat. All right? Or you can, sorry, let me spell that out for you. B flat, G, C, E, or you can do B flat, F, G, C, E. And there's a little move that I like to do right before that Robert Glasper does as well. All right, see that? It's just hitting the F real quick and then coming back down. Okay? Got that? So let's do it pretty slow a few times. So we're starting on the E, F sharp, G, A, bottom. Let's do it again. And there's many different variations. Try to pay attention to what my fingers are hitting. All right, so even in those last two chords, sometimes I'll play. So I have an F right here that I'm hitting with my index finger on my left hand. All right, a couple more times. All right, so you have that. Be sure to go slow when you first start doing this. Doing it at full tempo can get a little bit difficult. So you want to make sure that you're taking it slow first. Do it slow and at a grueling, annoying pace until you can play it perfectly. And I would even solo over it slowly as well. So if you want to do some cool stuff, I would just take it dumb slow. Let me see if I can do something for you guys. No, I can't play the backing track right now. But you can do it like this. Let's do that again. Right, so I'm just taking it slower and then stretching out and doing as much as I can with it. Okay, so start slow, get faster. Once you have that, it's time to learn the beginning of the song, the main line, the head. Okay, so when we're doing the head, we want to start like this. All right. So the main melody is ba da 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 ba da ba da da ba da da. All right, pay attention to my fingers and what I'm holding on to. So I'm kind of making that into like a B major chord, B major 9. Ba da da da. And then the same thing over this E chord. That's how I like to think about it to make the shapes. So I actually never hit the E or the B. It just helps me remember the shape. All right. And that's over an E flat and an E. And that's a pretty big stretch in my left hand. We got E, B, F sharp, E, B, F sharp. I'm sorry, E flat, B, F sharp, E, B, F sharp. All right? All right, moving on. All right. But this isn't super strict. You want to make sure you're making it breathe and you're making it feel good. That's the real trick to doing this correctly. It's not about hitting the right notes, it's about how you make people feel when you play them. Sorry. So what I'm doing is just arpeggiating that chord. Same notes, just going up. And that's B flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, A. Same thing over and over again. All right. And sometimes I hit the G flat too in my left hand. All right. Then we do the same thing again. Ah, excuse me. Let's do it again. All right, so we got that. And if you need to go back and rewind, go ahead and rewind. Just keep on watching it until you get it. I know I might not be breaking down every single note. And if you would like me to start doing that, then just let me know in the comments. I'm still trying to figure out how to do these types of things. I've never done a piano tutorial before, but if you need me to slow down, if you have some advice for me on how I can teach better, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear feedback from you guys, okay? Most definitely. All right, so for the next part, we have... All right, so we have... So in the left hand, let's start here this time. G, D, A, F sharp, D, A. And it's not strict time. You just want to make sure you hit them. All right, and in the right hand, we have a bunch of triads, really. So you have F sharp and A, E and G, D and F sharp, C sharp and E. All right. So I'm rolling off of the B to the C sharp and E, and I'm using my second finger, the index finger, to get there. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da. C sharp and E, B and D, A and C sharp. All right. So the whole thing together looks like... Let's do it again. That's a good rhythm you could use to practice. Or... Okay, so... Da, da. That's how I like to voice that. So we have a C sharp in the left hand, B, E, and another B. So millions of different ways you can voice this, but what I've been liking lately is C, G, D, E, G, B. Or you could hit the C with your thumb and the D at the same time. Oh, excuse me. All right, that's how you want to do that. But you could also invert it. You know, I'm hitting the same notes. I'm just taking the bottom note and putting it on the top. Okay, that's all I'm doing. It's pretty simple here. Or that's a nice chord too, and I'll spell that out for you. That's a C, another C, an octave higher, A, D, E, and G. But I like to roll it from the top. All right, so let's do that first part. All right, then we do it again, but we have some different notes to end it. So we do the same thing. We're gonna do a G major triad over F. All right, so we have F, and we have D, G, and B. And sometimes I'll add a G in my left hand if I'm feeling, you know, adventurous, and a C also. And then we'll do kind of like a F major 9 over B flat. I'm sorry, F sharp major 9 over B flat. So that's a B flat, a G flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. And y'all, I know I'm going between my sharps and my flats, and all you theory police are going to, have my head. Listen, I'm doing the best I can. I probably will need to commit to either sharps or flats, or depending on what key I'm in. But for now, I'm just getting it out as fast as I can. All right, and then I like to do a nice arpeggio with that as well. And if you recognize, this is the same chord from earlier that I arpeggiated, that I showed you earlier. So it's a lot of similarities there. All right, so let's start at the beginning of that section. C sharp, C major 7, then again, G over F, then, all right, and then to end it, we have a B minor chord, but I voice it a little weird and I keep the melody on top. So we have B, all right, so let me break that down for you. B, F sharp, C sharp, D in the right hand, F sharp, E. You gotta have some big hands for this, or some real agility. Just practice that if you can. All right, then the next chord, we have F sharp, C sharp, E, A, E. Or you can maybe leave the C sharp out. Blah, da, 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 E, D, E, D. So the melody is blah, da, da, ba, da, da, da. Ooh, that was terrible singing. Ba, da, da, ba, da, da, da. Ba, da, da, ba, da, da, da. Then we're gonna have a G minor 7 chord. All right, G, D, A, C, D, F, A. A has to be on top though, this time, because that's the melody. Da, da, da. All right, and that's a D minor 7 chord. You can play it like this, or however you want, as long as the E is on top, because that's the melody, and we always want to keep the melody on top. So D, A, E, G, D, A, E, F, G, A, C, E, or you can just do that same left hand position, D, A, E, C, and E, and roll it off the D. And then we're back to the solo section. All right, so let me do that entire head for you. I like to do this little walk up. B stays on top. We got a little beat. All right, it's time to take it out. Same chord that I arpeggiated earlier, remember this? This G flat over B flat. Same chord, that's how you get out, and you just do a, so C sharp and F sharp. And now we're back in. and I like to end on that chord. And I just voice it however I feel like it. I think in the performance I did it like that. But you can voice it however you want, as long as you're ending on the E minor 7 chord. Now, last tidbit, and then we're done. If you want to play this with a bass player or something like that, a simple trick for me, all I did, instead of playing the bass, I just mimic what my right hand is doing in my left hand and moving an octave up. So instead of, I'll do, and then maybe a B major chord over C. That makes it real fat, okay? So experiment with that. There's no right or wrong way to do this as long as you're playing the right chords. And I don't want to give you specific notes and instructions like do it just like this, because then the song is going to sound like crap because you're not really being yourself. You're being whatever I told you to be. I want you guys to just get the heart of what this is and then interpret it and make it your own. So, like I said, with a bass player, and maybe I can't. With a bass player, you want to leave the bass out here and bring your stuff up. And in any octave, really, you can be here or here. All right, so you see when you do the chords in your left hand, when you're doing the chords in your left hand, that frees your right hand up to do some stuff. Now, I haven't practiced this in a few years, so my solos are a little sluggish. Sorry about that. But I'm free to do what I want. Little cool thing I like to do here, I'll put a diminished chord in there over the A. That's one of my favorite things to do in music. So same chord structure as I showed you before, but instead of doing this, or I'll make it a G diminished chord over A, and then keep the C over B flat the same. So, and I like to, so that's just a little trick. No right or wrong way to do it. I just want you guys to have fun. Take what I've given you and expand on it. Like I said, this is for intermediate pianists. If you are a super beginner, this is probably going to be really difficult for you. And I think I'm going to tailor my channel more towards intermediate to advanced players so that I can kind of target that area, because I'm not really interested in breaking stuff down super, super simple. There's so many other people on YouTube that are doing that. Go learn some of the fundamentals from them and then come to this channel, and hopefully you'll be able to, you know, kind of do some of the intermediate stuff, because I want to get folks playing. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for visiting my channel. I do plan on posting a lot more content, so please like, share, and subscribe. I'm gonna be having some more songs, some more stuff, and I'm learning as I go. So if you have any advice for me, or you have anything you want to share with me, please feel free to, you know, let me know. All right, have a great day. Love you all.